All right, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, these questions need answers, and I'm getting frustrated. And joining us now is Communications Director for the RNC, Chief Strategist for the RNC, Sean Spicer. Hello, Sean.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Good to talk to you. Happy holidays to you in advance, in case I don't get a chance to get it in there. So tell me what the RNC is doing. You're launching this campaign to I want to say get Hillary, but to combat Hillary in effect.
That's right. We started today. We kicked it off with a call with we've thousands of surrogates around the country that we wanted to make sure understood what our plan was and their part in that. And quite simply, this effort to stop Hillary is the largest, earliest, most comprehensive strategy that the RNC or frankly any party has ever undergone in a presidential cycle. We need to make sure that everybody understands that they have a role to play in stopping Hillary Clinton's ascension and coronation. And so we sort of sat down with our folks. We told them what the RNC is planning to do. We've set up a full-time command center here at the RNC that brings together our digital assets, our political, our research, our communications assets, all together in one big command center where we are focused like a laser on making sure that the record of Hillary Clinton gets out there, the tactics that people need, and ensuring that as people join the fight that we're capturing those individuals and getting them the information they need to succeed in sharing that information about her record with their friends and neighbors.
When you talk about her record, she has a long history, so obviously it's going to concentrate on, and rightfully so, this whole email fiasco. But how far back are you willing to go, and do you think we need to go, or you need to go?
Well, that's a great question. I think that aside from the examples fit more into to overall messages. So whether it's Hillary Clinton's sense of entitlement, the idea that rules don't apply to the Clintons the way they do in other places, the advantage they've taken with respect to their political stature and the financial benefits that they've had over that. There will be examples going as far back as we need to prove those points, but I think the bigger narrative that we're going to try to prove comes down to a handful of 4 or 5 messages that we will begin to play over. I think one of the things that you played in the intro clip was a series of basic questions that Trey Gowdy was asking that I think all Americans are probably asking the same, and it's one of the tactics that we're going to employ using the data and the information that we have, which is simply to ask questions that I think most voters and most Americans, no matter how conservative or liberal they are, have about Hillary Clinton. Why did you have your own server? Why did you wipe it clean? What exactly did you have to do? Where were you on the day that Benghazi happened? What did you know? When did you go forward? How much did you know about the talking points? Why did a guy like Sidney Blumenthal, why was he briefing you on an outside intel network that was made up of old Clinton conspiracy folks when you had the entire federal government at your disposal for intelligence? And so there are very basic questions about how the Clinton empire operates that I think the American people are entitled to answers to. But those simple questions reveal a lot about how they operate and who she is.
Right, and I believe the Clinton Foundation should come under a lot of scrutiny, too, for the donations that they took while she was in office, since she's been in office, and the countries involved, and why she takes this money as a woman, because she's going to play the female card, so I think that's very important as well. All right, look, we're going to hear from Shannon Coffin later in the show, former DOJ, who's been on top of this Hillary thing from day one, and he basically said, the last hope of ever seeing those emails is going to come down to John Boehner in the House passing a resolution to go to court. They'll go to court, and it could take years. So let's work under the assumption that we're not going to see these emails. She's not going to hand over the server. She's going to, deny, and obfuscate. So how does that play into the strategy that you're going to use?
Well, I think you're right about what their plan is. But again, I mean, look, let's go back to a simple proposition that I think most Americans get. If you or I or anyone watching right now had their computer malfunction or go on the fritz, you bring it down to Best Buy or to Geek Squad or whomever, say, hey, my computer had this happen, I got wiped, whatever. And they sit there and say, okay, well, we think we can recover X amount of the data, it's going to cost you some money and da-da-da.
Right.
So the reason I bring that up is that when Hillary Clinton talks about it being wiped, either she went to extreme lengths to wipe it, like at a Department of Defense level.
Right, or had a forensic expert come in, yeah.
But the longer, as you put it, the longer she obfuscates and the longer she sort of stalls and says, and the more that she admits that she was hiding things, I mean,
the worse it is for her, absolutely.
Exactly.
Sean, great to talk to you, my friend. I wish we had more time. Thank you.